So I heard from a friend of a friend that Cricut Design Space has finally launched a bigger print and cut size. Let's get into it. So when I first started getting into crafting, of course, I went down the t-shirt and the hoodie lane, and I got into sublimation, which typically is done on white or light colored fabric, right? But the hoodie that I was using this stitch image on was a solid black cotton hoodie, right? So I ended up deciding to use Easy Subli, which you sublimate on. It's a process. What I used to do, and you like doing double work, right? Because Design Space was limited in sizing. I would split the image, double it, make one a solid basic cut. As you can see, that's the black image here. And then I would take the print and cut with all the colors in it, and I would resize it to stretch it over the basic cut so that they align perfectly. And that's how I would use my Easy Subli images for all my sublimation work when it came to hoodies, bags, t-shirts, because it just really gave a flawless look on your hoodie or your t-shirt. It was a really clean finish. And I think to this day, Easy Subli might have been the best vinyl that I have worked with when it comes to sublimation. So I'm just giving you this story because Cricut really had us out here sweating, all of us creators trying to make our images work and, doing roundabouts and one-offs, trying to fit our images on that small space. Even if you were using the 8.5 by 11, you were still only getting that 6 and some change by that 9 and change, whatever it was. Like, it was a real turnoff because, you were so limited and losing out on your material, right? But looky, Cricut Design Space has blessed us, right? So pay attention because this is where we're going to go over the details. Now, I've hidden the basic black cut, and we just have our print and cut. And of course, it's too large for the size that is currently allowed. And you have that red exclamation mark. What you want to do is click right underneath in that green font that says change page size. Okay, so we're going to click into that, and this is what's going to pop up. So the enlarged sizing in Design Space for print and cut is in beta mode. We're going to have to go into beta mode to get those increased sizing. I'm just showing you what's available now as far as the print and cut sizing of the paper. We're going to go back to general in the settings, hit beta, and then you're going to get into an update mode for your Cricut Design Space, right? So the version there, v7.27.144, is updating to give you that increased sizing in your print and cut. So this is in real time, everything that you see on the screen. The update was taking place, so I was just waiting. It happened rather faster than what I typically expect from Cricut. If you know my videos that I have created since owning my Cricut, which is an Explorer 2, I have not upgraded yet. It tends to take its time when there's any sort of update out, especially a beta, for those who know about the offset. So it came back, and it's about to open back up with the beta version for the print and cut increase in size. And I'm just really excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm really excited to really get back into my bag for the sublimation and the shirts and the hoodies without all the extra work that I typically have to do. And I'm excited because I'm not going to be using vinyl as much, right? So this is going to be really cool to work with. All right, so you see Stitch on the screen, and he's still large and in charge, right? The size is a little under 8 by 10, and we still have our warning exclamation regarding the sizing. But check this out. When you hit that exclamation, that red, now this is just me messing around with the size, just playing around to see if it's going to go away or not. Again, we're in beta mode, so that red warning exclamation on the right side still exists, although I am, playing around with the size of the stitch. Nothing is changing, but I'm going to go ahead and click into it. So when we click it now, it has an auto resize image also, besides the change page size. It's telling you that stitch is too large for an 8.5 by 11 size paper, and that it recommends a 7.32 by 9.54 size to fit on an 8.5 by 11 letter paper. Okay, so if we go ahead and click into auto resize image, look at the dimensions at the top. It's going to change it to what was there, which is the 7 and the by 9, right? But I don't want a 7 by 9. I'm going for something larger than letter size, or 8.5 by 11. So I'm just going to pull it out. I'm going to stretch it out, make it a little bit bigger. Again, we get that red exclamation on the side telling us, warning, warning, the image is too large for the paper, right? This time I'm going to click change page size. And what I should have done is change the mat size to 12 by 24. But I'm not going to worry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. What we have all been waiting for. Cricut has finally gotten us out of the mailbox. They have finally got us out of that letter size. We are now in the big body bins. We are pulling up UPS style, okay? We can go tabloid with it. We can go A3 with it all day, baby. So may your stickers, decals, cutouts, t-shirts, hoodies, scrapbooks, all that good stuff thrive and come alive. Work smarter, not harder, okay? So I changed my page size to 11 by 17. The mat size should have been 12 by 24. I did fix that. So look at this here. Material size 11 by 17. Don't forget, if you're sublimating, you got to mirror your image. We don't want any problems. So on the 11 by 17 page size, stitches coming across about 10 by 14. So what I'm going to do is mirror this. Now I'm sending stitch off to get printed using my Epson Eco Tank, which is my sublimation printer. It only has sublimation ink in it. For my printing cuts, I always turn the ad bleed off. I just never used it. So this is going to be really fun using. I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for part 2.